Frankie and Ben should have no trouble shifting the wheels, axles and seats. Depending on the extent of the water damage, the engine might also find a new home. It's day one of dismantling, and as ever, Frankie's sales and marketing campaign leaves no stone unturned.
One Suzuki Samurai, average to good condition, braking for spares and repairs. Lovely. Busy, busy, busy. Right, stop.
Across the yard, Sheldon seems to be in need of a confidence injection.
You know what, I really slated their motor out there, gave it a proper kicking. Chances are they paid peanuts for that motor. We paid maximum for this. They'll probably 100, 150 quid up before they've even sold anything. We got to get selling right now, mate.
Luckily, the Seicento could yield plenty of saleable items. Cash-strapped boy racers will be attracted by the alloy wheels. Steering and suspension could prove popular with kit car builders. Whilst the easiest sale of all should be the blinged-up body kit.
Nice one, mate.
Well, what do you reckon is the best way for these to come off?
I think a lot of this is going to be trial and error. It's tight, but you know what, it can't be held on too tight. It's a fit at the end of the day. Things on these things normally fall off. When we refer to a body kit, it normally comprises of front bumper, rear bumper, side skirts, rear spoiler. Gives the car a little bit more bling. What's special about our little fit, the kit and everything that's been put on it is by our Bath division. Spider webs, lovely. That's the equivalent to AMGs for Mercedes, M division for BMWs, and what Ford and Cosworth combined created. I'm hoping a young boy racer who wants to make his little Seicento look a little bit more desirable, a little bit more blingy, which is that our Bath kit, which will do wonders for his motor and his street cred.
Sheldon might be glad to have goods on the shelf, but he's a step behind Frankie, whose marketing campaign has already made an impact.
You fancy the doors and the seats? I like that. The funny thing is there is a few people queuing up to take them, so I think that you better get down here a bit lively. Marvellous, isn't it?
No. Are you getting anywhere?
No, I ain't, Ben. I've got to be honest with you, I'm a little bit surprised it ain't come off by now.
No, me neither. Do you know what? There's a flaw in my plan. These have been on here for 20 years. Frankie, you know what it's time for?
What?
Power tools.
What, like the grinder and all that?
No, this is precision power tools. For me, the drill. For you, the kettle.
What, I can't ever go?
Tea-break.
But...
Tea-break. It would have been much, much quicker to use the grinder, but I don't want to damage the hinges. If this punter saw these knackered hinges, he could batter Frankie down, and Frankie needs all the help he can get when it comes to prices. So I had to keep changing drill bits because it's easier to drill in with a smaller diameter to get in there, and then I need to open the hole out to the full size so the head of the bolt just falls off. Frankie!
All right, son, how you getting on?
Take it away, maestro.
Take it away?
Yeah.
Come straight off?
Straight off. You have to open the door first.
We've got to open the door, like
Open the door.
That's right. I remember now, yeah. See what I mean? We don't mess about, Ben, do we?
Frankie, identical door, same again?
Same again?
Yeah.
That's right, it would be, wouldn't it? On two.
Two, yeah.
Two.
And here's the potential buyer. Oscar, a man who's had a slight samurai mishap.
Went down a ditch, my headlight and door got scratched and broken whilst in the ditch off-roading, and the seats, they were a bit naff when I bought them.
I wouldn't get your hopes up on that score, Oscar.
I'm willing to spend around about 40 to 50 pounds.
These doors and these seats, I fancy 80 quid, don't you? 80 subs.
I'd say about 25.
Yeah, well you would say that, wouldn't you? 80 quid, take them away, enjoy yourself, take them to the farm, Where you go larping, boy?
All right, 35 quid. They've got dents on them. They're all a bit naff. Take a bit of time to clean up.
Bit what?
Bit of time to clean up.
No, you said bit naff.
Yeah.
Did you say bit naff?
Yeah.
And you said 35 quid?
I did, yeah.
See, I heard that. See how I heard that?
Yeah.
35 quid. I'll tell you what, 65 quid, you can take them away now. You can take them away now.
We'll go 45.
No, not 45, no. If I said to you, a right round figure, a bullseye, right, 50 quid, how would you feel?
I'd say, how about we chuck in the bonnet?
Yeah.
With it, 70 quid.
You don't mind pushing your luck, Oscar, do you? No. You want the bonnet thrown in?
Yeah, next 20.
Let me think about it. You've got a deal. You've got a deal, Oscar, and I like your style. You can let go now, Oscar. All right, love.
Bonnet, doors and seats sold for 70 notes. Across the yard, a sale seems a long way off for George and Sheldon. Much was expected of the Seicento Arbath body kit, but the punters aren't exactly queuing up.
Yeah, not too bad. Well, to be fair, I'm struggling a little bit. You don't know anyone who'd be interested in a Fiat Cinquecento.
Seicento.
I just thought you'd probably know someone. I thought that body kit would have been the first thing to go off that car. I don't know, it's like I can't give them away at the moment.
There is some good news, though.
It's the Jan Speed exhaust, it's stainless steel, it's a performance exhaust system. And Jan Speed, they make tuned exhaust systems for cars that gives the car a much fruitier exhaust note. People that tune their cars, you know, they like to say, oh, I've got Jan Speed on it. Well, I was hoping about £100. Let's be serious, you know, it is what it is. It's going to cost an awful lot more than what I'm charging you for it. No. If you want it, and I can get it into the post this evening for you, 70 quid. All right, what's your address? I always sneeze when I lose money.
Sheldon,
What?
do some of this.
All right, stop struggling. Hang on. Go up a bit.
That's it.
One uprated exhaust system flogged for 70 quid. Not a fortune, but it's a start.
Yeah, cheers for that.
Yeah, anytime.
Meanwhile, word of Ben and Frankie's Samurai has spread through the off-road community, and Frankie is soon fielding an inquiry.
Hello, can I help you? You're after some wheels, that's right, yeah. What colour do you want, sir? You're after black. Funny you should say that, because those wheels now have been broke off the motor now, they're ready and waiting, and they are black. No problem, I'll see you when you get down here. Hello, mate. Here.
Francis.
You won't believe this, son, you won't believe it. I've only knocked these out. Bosh, wallop.
Okay, well done.
I've told him they're black.
Frankie, they're quite obviously white.
No, I know they're white, Ben, but they've got to be black because I flogged them, and all I want to know now is, what do I do to make this work for me? Us, as a team.
Us. Well, okay, for you, Frankie, it's very simple. All you need to do, take the tyres off, bead blast the wheels, then a coat of acid etch primer, 3 or 4 coats of gloss black, leave them to dry, coat of lacquer, tyres back on, jobs are good, and it should only take you sort of 10 hours.
There must be a shortcut. I mean, there must be.
No.
What am I going to do?
Well, you could pray he's colourblind.
Off-roading brothers Greg and Matt look like they'll recognise the colour of money, though, even if they can't find their way to the car wash.
Looking to come and have a look at the wheels and possibly do a deal with the wheels. I also need a spare front prop shaft as mine's starting to go.
My brother's pretty good at bargaining, so hopefully he'll get it for about between £100 and £150 today.
And the buyer always feels confident when the salesman has to eat humble pie before negotiations have even begun.
But I do apologise. I know they should have been black. I know they should have been black. But they're not black. They're white. 200 quid. 200 quid for that little lot there. That little lot there. No, Matt, don't laugh. No, don't start taking deep breaths and all that game.
If that was in black, maybe we could have gone a bit higher.
No, but we've had that out. I've apologised for that. But what do you reckon, though, Matt?
Oh, I reckon about 100 quid.
What, for the whole lot?
Yeah.
Why'd you say that, Matt?
Well, look at it. They're not exactly white, are they? They're pretty brown with all the russets on them.
Does he normally speak up that loud when he's out and negotiating all that? I mean, how old is he, by the way?
14.
14. So you brought muscle to try and put me under the cosh.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's a little bit unfair, isn't it? 1.5.
If the wheels were black...
Yeah, but they're not black. They're not black, Greg.
It's not what we agreed.
No. Well, what we agreed earlier on and what we're going to get, it's always going to be oceans apart. You know what I mean, Matt? So, Greg.
115.
115, no. Who's holding the money here? The Scratchiola. Matt. Matt, look, I'm going to talk to you, not the oily rag, because I know that you're going to part up with the right money. So if I said to you 140 as a deal, as a little job lot.
You know what? 140 sounds like a good deal.
140?
140.
He's got the money.
Yeah.
Given Frankie's weak starting point, 140 quid represents a good deal and catapults he and Ben into profit. It's day 2 out of 3, and the teams are furiously dismantling their cheap and cheerful scrappers, whilst attempting to flog the parts stripped for maximum profit.
I wouldn't lie to you, because I don't want to have you over.
Ben and Frankie paid £120 for a Suzuki Samurai dragged from the bottom of a lake. On day 1, they managed to knock out the doors, seats and bonnet for 70 quid, and the black/white wheels for 140. George and Sheldon paid the maximum 250 quid for a Fiat Seicento Sporting, and are lagging behind, having shifted the uprated exhaust for 70 notes. But things are looking up as 2 potential punters arrive at site, namely Phil and Pep Janella.
We're a small family-based business in South East London. We specialise in Italian cars, Fiat Alfa, Lancia. We're here to buy a set of wheels for Fiat Seicento. We've been told we've got a nice set, hopefully going quite cheap, you never know.
Good price, 110 maybe, 120.
These are the wheels. I described them as best as I possibly could. As I said, they've all got the centre caps. There's no nasty curbing or gouges on them. The tyres are really good and they're a good brand tyre.
Yeah, they're not too bad. What are you looking for?
You guys are in the trade. I was going to ask for 200 quid for them.
200?
But for you guys, 180.
180. How about we start at 100? There's a few marks there. Look, the tyre's cracked there. 120 and we're losing out. Come on.
If you take them away today, you can have them for 1.5.
1.5. And you're throwing that torsion bar.
Tell you what, call it 160 and I'll throw it and I'll throw the torsion bar in as well. 160.
160,
we've got a deal. Come on.
What do you think?
160 is not bad.
Yeah.
Right, then 160 in the bar. Cheers, mate.
Lovely.
Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much.
Is there any other bits I can interest you in?
Nah.
You sure?
Yeah, you're fine.
Worth a try, and despite not adding to the sale, 160 quid for 4 perfect wheels and a torsion bar put Sheldon and George within 20 quid of breaking even. But Sheldon doesn't want to get there by selling little bits for small change.
You know what, George? We need a big sale. And this has got to be it, mate.
I know what you're saying, Shell, but that engine ain't running, so it's probably shot.
Yeah, well, what are we going to do to find out whether it is shot or not?
If we drop the engine out, all the suspension and that, I'll get the head off and have a look. I mean, you'll have the suspension, you can get that sold, can't you? Gearbox. Come on, cheer up. So this is what's known as the front suspension assembly, and it consists of a number of parts. The part everyone probably knows is the shock absorber and the spring, and this is what affects and compensates when you're going across a bumpy road. This is what's known as the wishbone, and this is what affects the position of your wheel on the road, either forwards, backwards, or outwards, away from the vehicle, or inwards, and that's dependent on where you're sitting on the road. And the anti-roll bar is pretty much exactly what it says it is. It stops your vehicle rolling too much on side to side, so that if you hit a bump on that corner, it pushes the wheel down harder on that corner, so that it stabilises it.
And it's not only George who's interested in the Fiat's front suspension.
So front hubs, yep. Drive shafts, rack, yep. And a column. That's very far. Obviously, you do know there will be a charge for that, for delivery. Okay, that's it. That's very interesting. Let's just say you've twisted my arm then. Where's Stoke?
It's off the M6, north of Birmingham, home to a Premiership football team and birthplace of Robbie Williams. But that's irrelevant. Why is Sheldon going there?
I'm on my way to a company by the name of Blitzworld up in Stoke. What this company do, they manufacture off-road buggies and they use parts from Fiat Cento. What I want is £150 for these parts, but more importantly I need to devise some sort of plan of getting my bum into one of these buggies.